What's up? We are back with more technique tips, and today we're going to talk about external rotation of the hips on the Sumo deadlift. Now, when we talk about external rotation of the hips, what we're really talking about is what that does to your knee position relative to your foot, right? A lot of times we see those knees inside the foot a little bit. We actually want that knee to track directly over the foot, kind of splitting it down the middle. And what this will do is allow us to keep those shins nice and vertical to create a good angle for a nice smooth pull. Let's take a look at how that looks on a barbell. So when we come down to the bar, we want to line up, right? Same sumo stance, you don't necessarily need to change your feet, but we want to make sure that the knee is tracking directly over the middle of the foot so that when we come down to the bar, it's a nice smooth pull. Oftentimes we see those knees cave in and you can see this bar rolling forward, right? It's being pushed forward. So what happens if I pull from here is my knees are blocking that bar pack, and I'm gonna need to straighten those knees nice and early, right? Because I'm gonna hit them, so I'm gonna straighten them early, and now I have to finish this from this sumo RDL position. A little awkward for me and difficult, even with only 70 kilos, right? Instead, if I focus on that external rotation, my knee is splitting my foot, staying nice and open, my hips get a lot closer to the bar, my shins stay a lot more vertical, and it's smooth all the way up. You may not have the mobility to get those hips nice and open right off the bat. Keep working at it, it'll definitely make a difference. You can also play around with your stance, right? Typically a wider stance is going to do better with those feet being turned out a little bit more. So if you don't have the hip mobility to open up those knees, open up those hips and get the knees tracking directly over the feet when they're nice and wide, you can always move that stance in just a little bit, turn those toes in just a little bit so that the knees can continue to track over the foot and continue working on that mobility over time and bring that stance back out eventually. As always, if you have any questions, let us know in the comments down below and we'll be happy to help.